Hi guys, today I am reviewing the new movie Dunkirk. This is the new Christopher Nolan movie, so there's been a hell of a lot of hype and anticipation built up around this film, and I saw it this morning and I'm still buzzing off it, so I really wanted to give you guys a review on what I thought of it. Now, for those of you who don't know what the actual event of Dunkirk was, well, first of all I suggest you look it up because it's pretty relevant, like historically. But I'll tell you what this film is retelling. So Dunkirk, I think, is the north of France, on this beach where during World War II, one of the closing events of World War II was when I think the figure's 400,000 men, so Belgian, British and French troops were stuck on this beach, and with horrendous violence going on. So we have gunfire, bombs dropping from the air, ships sinking, and it was the story of their evacuation from that beach back home, back to safety, and this really, beautiful human miracle that happened where loads of sailors in their little boats went to Dunkirk to aid them and bring them back home. So it's a brilliant story in history, and there has been no film that's retold Dunkirk with much prevalence or popularity, so who better to do it than Chris Nolan. We have a lot of the repeats of cast that we've seen in previous Nolan films, so we have but we also have some other brilliant actors in this, like Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Finn Whitehead, Harry Styles, Mark Rylance, and much more, and loads of extras, as you can imagine. So we have a brilliant cast, it's all brilliantly acted and well managed. And with any Nolan film, whether it be a Jonathan and Chris Nolan film working together or just a Christopher Nolan film like this, you're expecting to get some sort of fiddling or muddling of the timelines in the film, like we do with Memento and Insomnia and Interstellar and so on. And we do with this film. We have three different perspectives in this film. We have the mole, which is, putting it simply, is the ground, which is the beach where these young men are stuck on. We have the sea, which is the story of a father and his sons on a little sailboat going out to Dunkirk to save some men. And then we have the air, which these fighter pilots in Dunkirk are attacking other German planes. So three different perspectives and a slight fiddling for the timelines as well, jumping back and forth. And with a film like this, I think you're expecting a lot of high camera ability and skill and craft, and you certainly get that with this film. Not only do we have a brilliant sort of director that's into that capturing of brilliant shots, he's also working with a brilliant cinematographer and working with an IMAX camera, which he used with Interstellar and the Batman trilogy, which is a camera that offers a whole range of different angles to you, or the possibility of different angles, and also, is ridiculously brilliant definition and very cinematic in the way that it's filmed. And we also have a brilliant camera techniques used with that. So when we're seeing it from the perspective of the mole, which is where these troops are stuck on this beach, it's very handheld, so it's very rocky and unstable and feels very hostile, like you're one of the people there, with these really overpowering invasive sound effects going on at the same time. Then that's like drastically contrasted with these in the air shots. We have like these moving bird's eye shots of this like sparkly sea, and then gunshots again and close-ups with the fighter pilot, and that again is very capturing into making you feel like you're there. And then again you have the boat again, so you have more still shots and then the rockiness of the sea and so on. So the whole filmmaking process of this is to try and make you feel very intoxicated with it and make it feel very atmospheric, as it does. This film is hugely exhausting. You go from a roller coaster. Well, I certainly went through a roller coaster of emotions, from anxiety to feeling chilly and feeling not chilly like cold, but that sort of nervous chills, and then crying, and then back to anxiety, and then crying again. It's hugely exhausting, but I think that's what you expect from a war film. You want to be dragged into it almost. Again, we have this brilliant sound effects, like I said before. It's brilliantly crafted. We have another movie monster put onto this film, which is only Hans Zimmer himself doing the music. Throughout the whole thing, we have this really powerful underscore that just really helps us sew up the film. And with this film as well, they tried to do as little CGI effects as possible. So a lot of the explosions you see and bangs and sand, breaking up, and also the vehicles, the actual ships and the airplanes and stuff, they've tried to make it as authentic as they can to the actual reality of what that would have been like. So the actual vehicles as close as they can get them and the actual explosions. So they could use very little CGI in post, which I think makes a massive difference. It really does feel very real and very hostile in the film. You'll love it, and I really, really think it's worth watching, particularly on the big screen. This is an experience, so if you can, go see it in IMAX, and if you can't do that, then just go see it in the cinema normally, because that's still brilliant in itself. I saw it that way, but apparently IMAX is very good too. And that's what I give it an 8.5 personally, but that's, I know I keep doing it in decimals, but I always feel like whole numbers don't properly express how I feel. But I could be swayed, and I think if you think it's a 10, I'd agree with you. If you think it's a 5, I could see where you're coming from. It's a very particular type of taste, but I think it was well crafted. I think it was a really well put together film, and I'm glad it's been made. I think it's going to be pretty timeless. So there we go, that's my review on it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out my other reviews. I recently did War of the Planet of the Apes, and I did The Beguiled, the new Sofia Coppola film. I've had 4 people ask me if I can do the same film this week, which is absolutely mad. It's called It Follows. It's on Netflix at the moment, so I'll be doing a written review of that this week. So please keep in the loop, keep checking it just in case I've reviewed that. And yeah, that's brilliant. My blog is www.bigscreen-smallscreen.weebly.com. And if you want to check out my other social medias, I'm on Twitter, that's Elizabeth Pitkin, it's very easy. Website is also elizabethpitkin.com, and Instagram is Pitkin Films. So check those out, follow, subscribe, like, and do everything else. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.